Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. Before we get the whole ball rolling on this video once again, I'm just going to try the last Grinch hot chocolate that I currently have. This is the last one and this is hazelnut. So yeah, quite sad it's the last one, but we're nearly at the end of the year now. So I'm just going to go and make this and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I've just made it. And it doesn't really smell nutty. When I was pouring the water in it smelled a lot nuttier then, but right now it doesn't. Maybe when it cools down it will, but yeah, let's put it down and I will try it at the end of this video. So welcome back to another episode of What's Lurking in the Dark, where I go through all the individual stories in the horrortube anthology Lurking in the Dark, and I review all the stories individually because they're all from different horrortubers and I wanted to give them all recognition and to shine a spotlight on them. Today's story is called The Horror at Dyer's Grove by Jason White. Now Jason has a channel called Jason's Weird Reads. I'll have it linked down below. I've never watched anything by Jason, but judging by his thumbnails, he looks to be like a really fun guy, and I will probably watch at least one of his videos tonight, because he seems to be a really cool guy. So there's no stigma attached to me liking this story because I'm friends with the author. This is going to be my unbiased opinion. This is going to be my own thoughts and feelings regarding both Jason's style of writing and of course this story, and as well this is going to be a spoiler-free video as well. So this story focuses around our main character called Clarice, who I'm not sure how to describe her. She's just an everyday woman, and one day her father and her brother come back from hunting, and her father is overjoyed. He is extremely happy for some weird reason. We don't know why. She doesn't know why. Well, she describes that he's happy like this when he's, I think, drinking, and when he's come back hunting and he's shot a deer and the deer's like on his truck or something. So if you are a vegan, probably going to be upset about that. It doesn't go into extreme detail, but yeah. Trigger warning if that might upset you. But Clarice's brother is very sad. He's keeping his eyes to the ground and he's not as happy as his father. So Clarice is wondering about what's going on and why he's so happy. As the story progresses, I think she kind of gets thoughts in her mind like, oh, maybe it's this or maybe it's that. At first she thinks it's aliens, that they've spoiled aliens. Not sure how this came to be. It seems to come out at random. It's like, oh, it must be aliens. He must have seen a Martian or an alien or a UFO in the sky. But as it goes on, we find out that it's not Martians or aliens that have been discovered, that it's something else. Clarice, and I think it's a love interest. I can't remember the guy's name. I think it's a boyfriends, going to one of Clarice's father's friends, like cabins or houses or whatever, and they find this table and there's a figure or a body on a table with a tarp over them, completely covering the body. And when they take off the tarp and look under it, they see something that's extremely scary. And Clarice discovers about what excited and got her father so, happy. It's a discovery that they've made that is a cryptid. I'll say that it'll leave a lot of it to your imagination, and it'll leave enough on the bone if you want to read this story, which I would highly recommend. So that's as far as I want to go with that. I mean, the ending is really good. I can't really go into super detail about the ending, because if I do, it'll go into spoiler territory, and I don't want to do that. But the ending is extremely vicious and bloodthirsty with this I mean, creature that I'll say that creature, and not everyone makes it out alive. I'll say that, and not all in one piece. So I really like this story. It started off, a bit okay. This is fine. It's nothing amazing, but it's okay. But as it went along, I really liked it. It got. I'm not sure where Jason's like expertise in his writing is. It's not really in his atmosphere. Well, not in this story anyway. I think he's more of a character-driven writer, but it's kind of hard to tell because this is a short story. But I think that's where he shines in this book, or in this story most of all, and also in his description about what's happening in horrific ways, and all the blood and guts, and all the sounds of the body snapping in half and all that stuff. It does read well, but it doesn't really have a good flow. It's really hard to describe without going into detail and showing you examples. But I mean, for me personally, I felt that there were some sentences that didn't flow as well as other sentences or paragraphs. But I suppose that's really nitpicking, to be honest. But yeah, I really liked it. As I said, it started off really slow, but as it went along, it picked up and I really enjoyed it. I know that, well, judging by the back of this book, that Jason hasn't written any novels right now. He has written loads of short stories, and he's got his own short story collection, which I will check out. But I wouldn't mind reading something else by him, whether it's a short story collection or a novel, to pique my interest. Because even though this author hasn't really set my mind on fire, like, oh my god, I need to read everything that this author's ever gonna write, but he's made me turn my head and made me pay attention to him and made me notice him and made me think, okay, he's worth keeping an eye on to see what he's going to be up to. When it comes to what I'm going to rate this story, I think maybe a 3 stars is going to be fair for this one. It's good. It's good. Again, it's really hard to judge a short story. It really is, but it was good. It was good. Not the best in this collection, but definitely not the worst. But it was very entertaining, especially if you are one of these readers rather, that love gore and blood and violence in your horror books. If you aren't really into that, if that's not really your type of horror, then first off, that's fine. But I would really read this if you're not really into that or bloody and gory type of horror. So yeah, that's been my discussion of this whole story. Hopefully I did it justice, and hopefully you've liked this video, and I've expressed myself properly. It's always difficult to know if I've expressed myself properly and given you guys enough information, but I don't want to give you too much information, and I don't want to give you too little information on these short stories. I want to give you that kind of happy medium of giving you enough but not too much, if that made sense. So let's just go straight to our hot chocolate now and give it a taste and see what the last Grinch hot chocolate tastes like. Okay, it's got a very slight nutty taste, but the smell is more stronger than the taste itself. Yeah, it's fine. It's probably above average one that I've had in this whole box. But yeah, I like it. I like it. So don't forget to check out Jason's channel, guys. I'll have it linked down below. And with all that out of the way, I'll see you on my next video.